Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Hot Tea with Holly. Happy Tuesday. How are you? It is a Tuesday at the end of October. It is a freezing cold day here in Pennsylvania. So I am enjoying a brand new hot cup of drumroll, Harney and Sons, hot cinnamon spice, my absolute fave. We've talked about it before. I'm obsessed with it this year. I think in part because it doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it. And so I'm able to drink several cups a day. It's just so amazing. I absolutely love it. But welcome, welcome. So if you have not joined me here before, I'm Holly and welcome. This is Hot Tea with Holly. I'm here every Tuesday at 1 o'clock on the East Coast on my Holly Perkins Fitness on Facebook page. If you're here with me live, please say hello. And if you're watching this in playback, hello, you can leave a comment below. So I'm here every Tuesday at this time to bring you various tips and tools to help you use strength training and intentional nutrition to help you create the body that you need to keep up with the life that you love. Because the truth is, at some point in your life, you're going to confront some kind of a health crisis. And it's at those times when you really, really need to have full health and full vitality. So I help you use strategic strength training and intentional nutrition to achieve that. If you've been here before and you're here with me live, please say hello. How are you? Welcome. So coming up in one of my next episodes of Hot Tea with Holly, I'm going to be doing another segment that is Hot Tea Hot Seat community coaching. If you would like to bring me your toughest coaching questions, you could be featured on one of my episodes here live on Hot Tea with Holly. All you have to do is click the link. If you're here with me live, there's a link in the comments just above. If you click that link, it's going to take you over to an application. Share with me what you're struggling with. What are you struggling with in your current fitness goals, health goals, nutritional goals, whatever it may be? What are you struggling with? I happen to be really good at this game. So if you'll share with me what you're struggling with, you might get selected for some free coaching. That's right. You will join me live, either on camera or via audio, here for a live episode of Hot Tea with Holly, and we'll chat. I want to hear what you're struggling with. I want to hear the strategies that you're trying, what's working, what's not working, and I will give you my best information to help you really reach your goals. So welcome. Today we are talking about specifically, hold on, let me get my notes. Let me get my other glasses. I don't like those glasses on camera. We are talking about 5 reasons that your body isn't improving, specifically from your actions. So the question is, are you taking actions? Do you have specific goals that you want to reach either in the gym or with your body, whether it's get stronger, get leaner, become smaller? Maybe it's important for you to reduce your body weight and achieve your ideal body weight on the scale. Whatever your goal is, do you feel you're moving towards it? If you're here with me live, please share in the comments, where are you in terms of moving towards your goals? Something I hear every single week, all the time from people that I chat with is that they're doing all the things. I'm working out hard, I'm eating healthy, but yet I'm not seeing the results that I want. This is so common. And I think that this is evidenced by when you go to a gym. If you go to a local gym, you'll see a lot of people there on a regular basis. They're there multiple times per week, but they never seem to really change. And I know you know what I'm talking about, even if you've never been in the gym, but in my, let's call it personal training culture and amongst fellow personal trainers, it's kind of an inside joke, honestly. So behind the scenes in the gyms, a very common conversation amongst personal trainers is a bit of snickering and a bit of calling out other trainers whose clients aren't changing. And we see it all the time, because the truth is, a mark of a really good trainer is when the client's body is changing, when the client is reaching their goals. And it was something that I've observed all these years being in the fitness industry. If you're new to my community, I have been working with women in the gym, out of the gym for a friend of actually one of my fellow personal trainers from Los Angeles. That's so funny. Danny, if you're watching this in playback, hello. That's so funny that he would text me right now. One of my trainer friends where we actually have had this conversation before, which is hilarious. How about that for divine timing? So anyway, it's something that I have observed for years. If you're new to my community, I have 30 years. It's true. It's strange. I can't believe I've been in this industry for 30 years now. I know I don't look like it, but it's true. I'm older than you think I am. And I've been in this industry for a very long time. And one of the things that has always really bothered me is seeing women like you, possibly, working so hard and coming to the gym and killing yourself on the treadmill or working hard during your workouts, but being frustrated because your body's not changing. If this is you, share with me in the comments, because I promise you it's not your fault. You're not alone. This is a very common thing. And there's a reason why the health, fitness, and weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because it's not so easy to change your body. It took me a long time to crack that nut. In fact, it took me about 20 years to crack the nut. I did not really get this straight with my own body until I was 40. It took me all those years to really get it straight with my own body. And now I'm able to help my clients like never before because I learned to do it myself. And even someone with as much education as I have, it took a while for me to figure it out. So if you feel like you're working out multiple times per week, you're eating right, you're eating healthy, you're doing everything that you think you should be doing. If your body's not changing, that is what we are talking about today. I've got 5 reasons for you that I see on a regular basis in my practice, week to week to week, and also being in the fitness industry for all of these years. The first thing to understand is it's not your fault. Changing your body is actually a very challenging situation. The human body is not built for change. You've probably heard me talk about this before, but because of something called homeostasis, it's a fact of life. It is a force of nature. It is your body's desire and safety mechanism to stay put. Homeostasis is a complex system of internal reactions and mechanisms at play inside of your body that help to keep your body exactly where you are. The same temperature, the same energy expenditure, the same body fat, the same amount of muscle, the same heart rate, the same breathing rate, everything. Your body wants to stay exactly where it is. This is called homeostasis. And this is a place of safety because it means you will survive. It means you will stay alive. And so your body is designed to hold on to this homeostasis so that you don't change. And while that's a good thing because it has kept man on earth for 1.2 million years, if I have that correct. Sometimes I mess up this number. I think it's 1.2 million years that we have been upright on 2 feet as the human body that we currently know. And without getting too, scientific or too numbers based, man, human as we are today, upright, walking and talking with a brain, we go back about 1.2 million years. So your body is designed to survive, clearly. So it doesn't make any sense that when you start taking action to change your body or eat differently, that it should change easily, right? Follow me? That would be a problem. If your body changed like that in a week, that would be a problem because that would mean that we would be more at risk for extinction when the cold winter months come in or when the hot summer months come in. You would be more at risk of your physiology changing. And the truth is, human body just doesn't change that fast. It takes time. And if you're not following the right parameters to change your body's not going to change. That is why, after all these years in the industry, I've decided to really focus on helping you use strength training because it's the most powerful weapon you can harness, and intentional nutrition because it's the second most powerful weapon that you can harness to really create the body that you want and the body that you need. So let's jump in. 5 reasons why, quite possibly, your body isn't changing in the direction that you want it to. Now, listen, there's nothing wrong with your body. If you are perfectly happy with where your body is right now, I'm not suggesting that you need to change. This conversation is for you if you are wanting to become leaner, if you do want to become stronger, if you have been taking action to become more fit. Today's conversation is for you. 5 reasons your body isn't improving. Number 1, this was huge for me. This one is huge. This was huge for me for 20 years. Are you ready? You're not consistent enough for long enough. It's so common to be on track for a number of weeks, and then for some reason you get off track. We can break this down and talk about this a little bit more, but ultimately what it comes down to is you're not consistent enough for long enough to override homeostasis. So do you find yourself in a common cycle of you're on track for a week or 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks if you're on a real roll, and then before you know it, something knocks you off track? It's life, it's common, and it's going to continue to happen unless you really make a decision that you are going to focus on the goal and you are not going to let up until you get there. You have to override life circumstances that throw you a curveball. You have to override days when you're tired and you feel like you don't wanna. You have to stay focused on your goal and keep taking the action until you reach your goal. Now, some of that rides on having the right strategy. And this is assuming that you have the right strategy. If you don't have the right strategy, that could be a reason why your body isn't changing. And so that is number 2. Reason number 2 is that you're not following the right strategy. Now, listen, I'm going to get real here with you for a minute, but first it requires a sip of tea. For some reason, my heat in my office is not working today, so it is freezing in here. Literally beneath the camera, I have this little teeny tiny shirt on. Look, I have like a half crop top on today, but underneath the camera, I have a winter coat. I have a fuzzy, warm winter coat keeping me warm because it's freezing in my office today. So I need my tea more than normal, but I'm going to talk real with you for a minute here. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. So listen up. I'm in the business of helping people. I'm in the business of helping you be healthier, be happier, live bigger. And I've said it a million times. If I could do this for free, I probably would because I love it so much. I always over-deliver with my clients. I always overserve. I always give everyone more time than I have to. And that's because in my heart and soul, I want you to be better. One of the reasons why I show up here live for free every single week for 6 years, 5 years, 2016, the end of 2016, 5 years. This December, it will officially be 5 years that I've been doing a live segment here, week after week after week after week. Do the math on that. The reason why I do it is because I genuinely want to give you as much information as free as possible so that you can help yourself. That all being said, what I have found is that I'm not really helping you if that advice is not helping you. If you're not getting the results that you want and you've been trying to do this on your own, I implore you to consider scheduling out your budget for the year and setting aside a small amount of the budget, whatever you can afford, to hire an expert to help you reach your goals. Because the truth is, this is not easy. Changing your body, getting on the right strength training program, getting on the right nutritional program for you isn't simple information. If it was, everyone would do it. There wouldn't be millions of blogs out there dedicated to this topic if it were easy. It's not easy. So if you're not reaching your goals, it could be because your strategy is off. And if you're trying to spend some time on the websites and read the emails and follow the influencers on Instagram and doing the exercises that you see Emily Skye doing, or you see, Chrissy Sala doing, or whomever it may be, but it's not working for you, it's possible that it's the strategy. And why would you expect yourself to be an expert at body transformation if you're not in that business? It's the business that I'm in. And so I invite you to take a hard look at your time and your energy that you're expending on spinning your wheels, and instead see if you can find some wiggle room in your budget to free up something that you can invest in a strategy that will really help you to transform. Now, I'm actually not promoting any of my programs right now. So I'm not here to sell you into one of my programs. In fact, none of my programs are open right now. And so that's not why I'm here. I'm really here just to help you as best I can. And if your strategy is wrong, it would be unusual if you reached your goals. How about that? If you don't have the right strategy, I would be surprised if you actually did reach your goals. And if you are on the right strategy, you should be moving towards your goals every single week. Every single week, you should see progress. Every single week. On that note, I'd like to share with you who's here with me today. Talk to me for a moment. Who's here? I want to see who's here because I'm going to share something with you guys today that last week I think I talked about, and I wanted to share it with you, but I didn't have it queued up. I'm going to share with you my most recent progress photos that I took, kind of sort of recent. They're not the most recent, but I'm going to share my progress photos with you guys here live on the air in a moment. But first, I want to see who is here. Hello to everyone. Jessica. Oh, you drank this morning? That's amazing, Jessica. I love it. Great minds think alike. Holly Miles, Tracy Han Jones. It's a hot tea kind of day. Yes, it is. Tracy is drinking Organic India's Tulsi Raspberry Peach. I love it. I actually started a new supplement recently. I'm a huge fan of Integrative Therapeutics. It's an incredible brand. They don't pay me. This is not product placement, but HPA Adapt is a really great adaptogenic herb blend. It's good for your adrenals, your hypothalamus, pituitary gland, etc., which is what HPA is. And it's got holy basil in it. And Tracy Han Jones, I thought of you. When I realized that this has holy basil in it, I thought of you and I thought of Heidi. Heidi, are you here? Yes, you are. I love it. Heidi is having traditional medicinals. Cup of sunshine. Can you share with us what is a cup of sunshine? It's Kana honeybush, which is new to me and it's really good. What's Kana honeybush? Is that the territory where the rooibos is from? Kana? I'm curious. Stacy Richter, pre-menopausal sleep issues. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Christy Hertzberg, I seem to be inconsistent. Yes, on track. Turn not back and forth. What a great topic. I need to stay focused. I so hear you, and I'm going to share some tips on that in just a moment. Heidi, thank you. I'm going to share this. Very kind of you. Without a doubt, Holly, you always go above and beyond. It's so appreciated. Heidi is one of my near and dear friends and clients and has done, I think, almost every single one of my programs. Heidi is inside of the masters right now. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that, my friend. Gail, hello. Amy Losh, so glad you're here. Mary Tanny, hi. Yes, they do. Mary, I see your comments now. You are here. Okay, so I want to, since so many of my friends are here with me today, you guys, Those of you that are here with me live, look up at the top of the comments. I'll put it in again. Here is a link to fill out a form and an application to join me for a hot tea, hot seat community coaching segment. It's coming up very soon. If you want to join me here live for an episode and share with me what you're struggling with, I will give you some of my best on the spot real time coaching and help figure out where are you going wrong in your strategy. And for free, I will give you my best insights so that you can start to change those variables and start to get better results. If you would like to join me for one of these episodes, it is by application, and that link is here in the comments on Facebook. If you're watching this in playback, you can look around wherever you're seeing this video, and that link should be here as well. If you can't find that link and you want to join me for Hot Tea Hot Seat community coaching, you can also reach out to me at hollyperkins.com. That's my email. And just let me know. So Mary, I just put that link up above your comment. It might take a moment to come through because I do think there's a little bit of a delay in my feed. Let's continue on here. So 5 reasons your body isn't improving. 5 reasons why your body isn't changing from your efforts. Number 1, you're not consistent enough for long enough. Number 2, you're not following the right strategy. I for 10 years did this. I thought that because I was a personal trainer, I knew all the right strategies, but I wasn't following the right strategy for my body. And it wasn't until I really started leaning into strength training that everything started changing. Holy cow. One of these days, maybe for my 50th birthday, which is coming up in December, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a chronology of my body through the years and the different strategies I was using at the time when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s, when I was in my 40s. I thought it would be kind of fun. I actually have some pretty shocking before photos that go back into my 20s. You guys are going to die when you see some of these before photos if I'm brave enough to share them, because it's a little vulnerable for me to share some of these progress photos. But I might do that in celebration of my birthday in December. So please sit tight on that, because it would be really fun to show you what my body looked like when I was using different strategies. So let me just show you. I said that I was going to share one of my current before and after photos. I want to share that with you guys just to talk about the impact and the influence of strategy. So share screen. Hold on. Let me find it. Window. Oh, I did it. Look at me. Look at you, girl. Look at you, girl. Here it comes. Share this. Share. Whoa, I did it. Can you see that? I think you guys can see that, right? Heidi, let me know. I think you can see that. Yes, you can see that. Beautiful. Okay, so I want to share this with you guys. This is a somewhat recent progress photo comparison. Okay. On the left, this was actually taken April 23rd. You can even see it on that little photo up at the top. This is April 23rd on the left, and this was September 30th on the right. So April, May, June, July, April, May, June, July, August, September, 5 months. Okay. There was 5 months. Now, it actually doesn't take 5 months to get these results here. But what I want to talk about is the difference in strategy I was using between what's going on the left and what's going on in the right, because there's clearly a big difference here. Now, the lighting is a little bit different. I look like I'm more tan. I'm not. I think it's just the lighting, honestly, because my body didn't see the light of sun all summer long. So it's not from suntan, but you can see that I'm a lot leaner. You can see that my hip structure is different. My butt's got a different shape. It's got better shape. My upper back is so much leaner here. And I don't know what my body weight is or was, because I wasn't weighing myself during this time, but I can tell you the difference in strategy. So on the left, I was doing a lot of low intensity walking. I was doing some yoga, and I was doing very moderate, low intensity strength training. And on the right, the only difference between these two photos, literally the only difference between these two photos, is that I started strength training more and more consistently in the photo on the right. That's it. No change in cardio at all. Almost zero cardio other than leisurely walks with the dogs for 35 minutes a day. This is strength training, zero change in my nutrition. I went from strength training maybe an hour a week to probably 3 hours a week. So it's a 300% increase in how much time I was spending in my strength training, but nothing else changed other than I got a whole lot more consistent. So my strategy changed and my consistency changed. It was effortless. Yes, I was spending more time in my workouts, but they weren't hard. I wasn't doing high intensity cardio. And like I said, I didn't change my diet at all. My diet was in essence exactly the same in those photos on the left as compared to the photos on the right. So I just wanted to share that with you because it really speaks to the concept of the strategy that you're using as well as staying consistent. So 5 reasons why your body might not be changing from your efforts. Reason number 3, your strength workouts are too easy. And that was one of the things that was happening for me in that left-hand photo. Because of my health and because of where I was in my health journey and working through some health challenges of the past couple of years, I wasn't able to sustain more challenging strength workouts. So my strength workouts were kind of easy. They were gentle. And that's what I needed to lay the foundation so that I was able to start stepping up my intensity in August, moving into September when those photos were taken. Late August into September. September 30th was when that after photo was taken. So the next thing you want to check is, are your strength workouts too easy? Now, I see this happening bear with me for one moment and we are back. I see this happening about 70% of the time with the women in my community. They're just not working hard enough. The intensity of their strength training workout is not hard enough. You might think you're really working hard until you really work hard. And so it's possible that within your strength workouts, they're just not hard enough. Strength workouts in particular, not your cardio, but strength. If you're not working hard enough in each set, if you're not really challenging or changing the ability of your muscles aren't going to change. And so the first question you want to ask yourself is my weight load actually challenging enough to inspire my muscles to change? At the end of every strength training workout, you should leave that workout feeling worked. You should feel worked. You don't need to be crushed. You don't need to be crippled. You don't need to be scraping yourself up off the floor. It's not that kind of game, but you do need to be leaving your workout going, ooh, I pushed it. So this morning I had a live workout with my master's group. We get together once a week and we do a live strength training workout together. Heidi, I was feeling it. It was like awesome. Until I had my post-workout meal, my bod was like, ugh, after that workout. I challenged myself in that workout this morning. And so when I left the workout, part of me was desperate for sustenance, desperate for recovery. Like I was pooped after this workout. Now it's been a few hours. I feel amazing. I had a big meal. I ate like a 600-calorie meal. I feel awesome. I'm beginning to recover already. But if you're not walking out of your workouts feeling worked, you might need to work harder. 5 reasons why your body's not changing if you're taking action. Because if you're not taking action and sitting on your booty, that's why your body's not changing. You've got to be taking action. Reason number 5, and I have a bonus one for you too. Reason number 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. No, this is number 4. This is number 4, correct? 1, 2. Reason number 1, you're not consistent enough for long enough. Reason number 2, you're not following the right strategy. Reason number 3, your strength workouts are too easy. Reason number 4, your strength workouts are too hard. It's a trick because it's true. As I said, about 70% of the women that I consult with, they're just not working hard enough in their workouts. So what about the other 30? Well, some of them are working at the appropriate intensity, but I would say of the 100% of women that come to me for guidance and counseling, when they're taking action but not getting results, 70% aren't working hard enough, 30% are working too hard. They're overworking, they're doing too much, they're pushing too hard. And what's interesting, a very common comment that I get from my private coaching clients is, wow, my body is changing faster than ever, and I'm actually working easier than ever. I have 2 clients right now, shout out to Pamela and Janine. Both of them have said to me, I'm getting better results faster, and I'm not working nearly as hard as I used to work. One of them was actually both of them have had to been doing CrossFit style workouts with male trainers in high intensity CrossFit style classes, and they're working less hard and getting better results. So you got to check yourself, because the truth is, if you're going into the gym and you're crushing it, killing it 3 times a week, you might be working too hard. And this really applies to you if you're over the age of 37. Because of the hormonal shifts, because your estrogen is starting to change a bit. Estrogen is very protective. It's a very important hormone, obviously. And as it shifts, your tolerance for high intensity workouts goes right down the tubes. So if you're over 37 and you're really crushing your workouts, especially your cardio, it's entirely possible that you're working too hard. And reason number 5 why your body isn't improving, even though you're taking action, you're eating wrong for body transformation. Now, let me say that again, because this is really important. You're eating wrong for body transformation. If you're eating to be healthy, that's a different goal. If you're eating to improve mood disorders or to feel better or to work with depression type symptoms or anxiety symptoms, it's a different thing that we're talking about here. What I'm talking about today is taking action to improve your body so that it's stronger, so that it's fitter, so that it's leaner, okay, so that it's better. Specifically, according to this measuring stick, body composition. How much of you is muscle? How much of you is fat? So specifically within this vein of conversation, you might not be eating right for body transformation. For example, if you are the person who's working too hard and you're doing some of these high intensity workouts, but you're eating low carb, in my experience, that's a recipe for disaster for the majority of women. About 10% of women, in my experience, 10% of all women can handle high intensity, low carb. Very few. And generally, those women that can do high intensity, low carb, they tend to have a little bit more testosterone than other women. And that's anecdotal. There might be research to support it. I have not done the research on the research. There probably is research to support it. I'm not sure. But certainly from my experience, that is anecdotally what I've seen over the years. And so the majority of women cannot do high intensity paired with low carb. It's a mismatch. The higher the intensity of your workouts, the more carbohydrate you need to be eating. The more aggressive weight loss program you're on, the more protein you need to be eating. And if you're doing lower intensity or more moderate workouts, the less protein and the less carbohydrate you need to eat. So it's entirely possible that you've got the wrong strategy and you're not working hard enough, or you're working too hard and your nutrition isn't supporting your goals. I see this all the time. And this is exactly why I create premium upgraded programming for both strength training and nutrition, because you can't have one without the other. Now, I do have a bonus reason, a sixth reason that why maybe your body isn't transforming even though you're taking action. But I really want to drive home this last point, which is I do often see, and I suffered this situation in my 20s. I really believed that I could outrun bad nutrition. I believed literally I would go into Central Park and I would run as fast as I could for 8 miles. And then I would go back to the gym and I would do an hour-long circuit training workout with weights. I believed I could work off the huge dinner that I had the night before. I lived in New York City when I was in my 20s up to 35. I was in New York City for 10 years. So let's call it 22 to maybe I was in New York City longer. How does that add up? So I was in New York City from like 21 to 35. I thought that's longer than 10 years. Who knows? But anyway, I was in New York City from my 20s to my mid 30s. And at that time, I love New York. I miss it desperately. And my lifestyle was that we would go out for big, lavish dinners late at night. And I would eat huge meals with lots of wine and lots of pasta. And then the next day, I believed I could go work it all off. And that's actually not true. And a lot of people believe as long as you're exercising, you can pretty much eat what you want within reason. It's just not true for women. For some men, it is. In my experience, again, 30 years coaching women, I haven't found it to be true for a single woman yet. Now, if you want to just exercise and eat what you want and you're not really trying to change your body composition, you can do that. If you're happy with where your body is, if you're happy with your body composition and you just want to eat and work out and love your food and feel great, that's awesome and do it. What I'm really talking about is if you're trying to improve your body in some way, if you're trying to change your body composition, improve muscle, reduce body fat, or just balance them out a little bit more, your nutrition does matter. That's why I created the Nutrition Project. And that's why I created the Glutes Project. They're two very distinct, separate programs that focus on strength training and nutrition almost exclusively, because you can't have one without the other. Your workouts have to be supported by your nutrition. So the sixth reason, which is a bonus, why your body might not be improving despite the fact that you're taking action. You're not getting enough weekly volume. So what does this mean? Weekly volume is measured by the total amount of work that you're doing physically with your body in the gym, workout time, okay? The total amount of work that your body is generating and completing each week or each cycle. A cycle could be a month, a cycle could be 2 weeks, doesn't matter. But in each contained set of time, let's call it 2 weeks, you might not be doing enough volume. And what this means is you might be going into the gym 2 or 3 times per week with the right strategy, working at the right intensity, and you might be consistent. But if your volume is too low, your body's not going to change. And I have seen that in the women that I consult with. Sometimes they come to me and they're doing everything right. It's just their volume isn't there. So what volume means is that you have to be doing a certain amount of work each week to really change your body. And so in that situation, I either increase the total number of sets per workout, or I add more exercises per workout, or depending on the person's goals, I add more reps. Sometimes I add more weight. Those are all programming variables that change your weekly volume. And I do see that happen from time to time. I actually spoke with someone recently. I think it might have been last week. I spoke with a potential new private coaching client where she was doing a lot of things right. Yep, she was doing a lot of things right, but her volume wasn't accurate. We needed to make a few tweaks in her programming to get her volume up. That's my proposed solution, because sometimes you're just not doing enough. You're doing the right intensity, you're following the right program, you're eating right, you're following a program that an expert created for you. You've been consistent for months. You're doing all the things. It might just be you're not doing enough. And that's generally when I take a look at how much volume per workout you're doing. Now, I know I've talked about it in other episodes of Hot Tea with Holly or Live with Holly in the past, but most of the time when I program for strength training, the sweet spot for me is 3 to 4 strength training workouts per week per woman, depending on your goals. So if you've got the right amount of intensity and volume per workout, 3 split training workouts per week can do a lot of wonders. That's what I do. I generally follow 3 strength training workouts per week. Sometimes I'll get a 4th smaller accessory type add-on workout sometimes, but generally I'm only doing really high quality, appropriately intense strength training workouts 3 times per week. And that's it. And when I shared with you that before and after photo, that's all I was doing. Actually, I was doing 2 to 3 strength training workouts in that progress photo that I shared earlier in this segment. So if you didn't see that earlier, you can either come back and watch it in playback, or I could try to bring that photo back up. Look, I just did it. There's that photo again. So the biggest difference here between these 2 photos, I was on the left doing less volume, and on the right, my workouts were, I was doing more, and I changed my strategy. But I actually think that I was only doing 2, sometimes 3 strength training workouts per week. But because each workout was so high quality, the volume, the exercise choice, the intensity, the timing, and my nutrition, I got incredible results. Cardio did not factor in here at all. I would even say I did a handful of cardio workouts during that time, the entire month stretch of those months. I did very little dedicated cardio, because I just find in truth that cardio really doesn't change your body as much as the strength training does. Questions and comments, share with me if you're here with me live. And now listen, if you're watching this in playback, either on my blog or over on YouTube, hello. I hope that you will come on over to my blog and say hello. If you need guidance, if you feel like you're not sure if your strategy is right, I have 2 super premium free downloads for you that you can take advantage of. Many women in my community have told me that's all they needed to change their body. One of them is a nutrition focused download, and one of them is a strength training and cardio focused download. 2 completely free downloads. If you would like to get them, come to hollyperkins.com/macros, and you can download a beautiful 14-page guide on the basics of how I approach nutrition with my clients. And then if you come to hollyperkins.com/offer, you can download a 6-week strength and cardio program with video tutorials, with sets and reps, everything you need to make sure that you are doing your strength training right. And this is perfect for you if you're not sure if you're following the right program, if you are getting back to strength training, if you've been off for a period of time, if you just feel like you need a new program. hollyperkins.com/offer is one of my best programs. It's called the 6-week strength and cardio program, and you can get that on my website. So talk to me. Today I shared 5 reasons plus a bonus why your body might not be improving despite the fact that you're taking action. And I hope this was helpful. So let me see here. Let me come back and say hello. Okay, Heidi. Kana is an herbaceous succulent from Southern Africa, as the box says. Okay, so interesting. So honeybush is rooibos. I think you probably know that, Heidi, which is South Africa. So honeybush, rooibos comes from South Africa. So there must be another plant, a kana plant, that's also in South Africa. I might have to try this. I'm really loving the sounds of it, and I bet it makes you feel incredible. Jennifer is here, Coach Jennifer in the house. The body chronology would be really cool. I know, right? Especially when coupled, I'm going to just start sharing these with you guys so I don't have to read them. Especially when coupled with the strategy we're employing. Super cool. I know, right? I think it would be really cool to kind of look back and be like, okay, here's what I looked like at 35, and this is what I was doing at the time, because I know I've got a lot of it documented in notebooks. Plus, I also just remember at those times in my life what I was doing. It'd also be really fun to show you guys what I looked like right after college when I moved to New York. And when I got to New York, I went through like a year or two where I was lean and I was in good shape. And then I really started having a lot of health issues, which are some of the things that only got diagnosed a couple of years ago, but it started in my mid 20s, and you can see it in photos of me. It's pretty shocking when I find some of these photos. It's like I said, it will be very brave of me if I decide to share these photos with you guys, because it's like, you almost can't even believe it's the same person, some of these photos. OMG. I know we all have embarrassing photos from younger times in our life, but boy, these are embarrassing. Mary Tanny, the low intensity really works off the fat. It really, really, really does. Jennifer, you think you're working hard enough until you work hard enough. This was totally me. I agree on the recovery as well. I was literally eating my post-workout meal before the rest of the group finished their workout this morning. I so hear you. So what do you think? What do you think? I'm still live. Hi. I thought I heard noise back there. You can just leave it here because I'm still on camera. I thought I heard it making noise back there. Well, it's not? It might be. Okay, wonderful. I'll check it. I'll be done in just a couple minutes and I'll check it. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's true. I agree on the recovery as well. I was literally eating my post-workout meal before the rest of the group finished their workout. I mean, it's so true, right? Like as soon as I left, I had to go straight for food because I didn't eat quite enough before my workout this morning. But that's the best feeling in the world too. It was so wonderful to I was like hungry after my workout. And it just, when you like have appropriate appetite and then you get to eat that post-workout meal, it's just like food tastes extra good. Holly Miles, I understand this is personal, but what do you recommend for the number of reps and sets if we are going to increase our volume? Just wondering if this may be my situation. I am doing either 3 sets of 12 or 2 sets of 15. Weight situation can be a challenge due to carpal tunnel syndrome. I totally hear you. So, okay. Doing either 3 sets of 12 or 2 sets of 15. So Holly, in this situation, yes, it could be volume. And what I often do most of the time, depending on your experience with strength training, if you are newer to strength training, because Holly, I don't know exactly where you are in your journey. If you are within the first 2 years of really getting good at strength training, I aim for about 18 to 20 total sets of work per workout, 3 times per week. So it's not just 3 sets of 12 or 15. It's how many different exercises are you doing for 3 sets of 12 to 15. And yes, the reps matter and the number of sets matter. But at the end of the day, a good place to start without me getting too technical here is aim for about 16 to 18 to 20 total sets per workout. Then as you get more advanced, I will sometimes take that volume up to as much as 30 sets per workout. So right now within my master's group, which is exactly what it is, it's a small group of 16 women who have worked with me before. They really are master's level students and devotees to strength training. I'm going to have them, we might even already be at 30. Are we at 30? Hold on. We are already at 30. So our first month of training, we're doing 30 sets of work per workout, sometimes more 3 times per week. So 30 is really kind of the max, maybe 34 if you're really advanced and your body can handle that volume. It's possible you could handle as much as 34 total sets split amongst various muscle groups. And obviously, I can't get into all of that here because that's my special sauce. That's what I work on behind the scenes. It's a lot more intentional and specific in terms of how I build my programs for my groups and my clients. But that sort of gives away a lot if you know how to work with your exercises and your total number of sets. Heidi, I didn't know that about honeybush. It's supposed to promote a good mood. So yeah, honeybush is rooibos. And I think it's a wonderful plant. It's not really an herb. I think it's considered a bush. And then when you turn a bush into a tea, it's considered, I think, a tincture is what they technically refer to it as. I think it's referred to as a tincture, as opposed to a proper tea coming from tea leaves, right? Camellia sinensis, if I'm saying that right, which is tea, proper tea. So rooibos is a bush, and it does appear, from my understanding, that rooibos is one of the better adaptogenic herbs. So it's going to promote a good mood because it really supports your adrenal glands. Anything that's adaptogenic often means it supports your adrenal glands. And when your adrenal glands are happy, you are happy because it does impact your mood big time. When my adrenal glands are healthy and I'm well fed, my mood is so much better, so much better. Any questions or comments while I wrap this up? And if you are just popping in live, if you have specific questions, if you are struggling with certain things in your own programming, if you've ever wanted to grab coffee with me and have a latte and talk out and pick my brain or ask my opinion on some of the things that you're doing in your own programming, I created this new segment called Hot Tea Hot Seat. It's community coaching. And I've got an upcoming live episode coming. If you would like to apply for one of those hot seat, hot tea coaching spots, you're going to go to the link that's posted here on the live feed. I'm posting it again here with me on Hot Tea with Holly on Facebook, or if you're watching in playback on Facebook, you'll see it in the comments here. But if you just follow that link, which is bit.ly/hot tea hot seat. So it's bit.ly/hot tea hot seat. You can apply for one of those spots. I'll reach out to you via email and see if you are available. Obviously, you'll have to be available at this time so that you can join me live. You don't have to appear on camera if you don't want, but we will open up your microphone so that the audience can hear you and so that we can have a conversation. And you'll just share with me, what are you struggling with? And I will treat you just like I treat my private coaching clients, and I will give you the best of my knowledge and my experience and really help you make some changes in your own programming so that you can start to get better results. Holly Miles, you are so welcome, and you have to let me know how this plays out for you. Other than that, that is it for today. Happy Tuesday. And if you're watching this in playback, I would love it if you share a comment below, whether it's on my blog or if you're watching this in playback on Facebook or even YouTube. Say hello. I would love to hear from you. I really do love to get to know the women in my community. And I hope you'll join me for a live episode here on Facebook, and eventually I'll be adding Instagram back in as well. One of these days soon, once I get my camera fully figured out, we'll be back on Instagram as well. Tuesdays, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, every Tuesday at Holly Perkins Fitness on Facebook. Until then, have a wonderful week. Be strong, lift hard, but smart. And I'll see you next week, guys. Love you. Have a great day.